Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of iDenti-Tea with Praveena. Today, we have a super special guest, and I'm really proud to say that he's a really good friend of mine. He's inspired me in a lot of my creative work, although he's from a completely different artistic industry of mine. He has grown from strength to strength. He's an amazingly humble and wonderful human being. And I'm more than happy and extremely thrilled to welcome you guys and introduce you to Jathis Siva.
Hi guys.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. It's my first time doing any sort of, like a podcast jumping on. So
Yay.
it's a pleasure.
I'm honestly happy to have you here. And
yeah.
I wanted to say this before we started. When I thought of this whole kind of, vodcast, I call it vodcast now, vodcast kind of interview, chat show idea, you were one of the top guests I had on my list.
I can understand why.
Yeah, because most of the time we work together.
Yeah.
We always say, like, obviously a small proportion of it will be the work that we do, and then most of the time we're having really deep, meaningful conversations about topics, creative things that we find fascinating for us.
Yeah.
So to have you here with me and to get everyone else to hear your insights. And just the knowledge is super exciting.
Thank you. Genuinely, thank you for having me.
No, thank you. So basically, I wanted to start off without any further ado by getting people to know your journey and where things started for you. Yeah. So tell me about kind of where did kind of film and media start for you?
Cool. I can start from the very top. I didn't even think I was going to start from this point here, but I've told you when I was 9 years old, I had a heart operation. Okay. So it was an open heart surgery, and I was off school for so long. I think I was off school for about 3 to 4 months. And then when I came back, so this was around like year 6 times. When I came back, the teachers were like, "Oh, so you've missed like a predominant amount of time from school. We wanted you to kind of engage in like extracurricular activities and stuff, like just get you a bit more involved on the times that you missed out." And they were like, "Yeah, we want to put you as like the main like cast for the end of year play, basically." And so that's when acting kind of like sprouted out.
Wow. Okay.
And then the film side of it is actually pretty funny. I think I was watching Avatar one day.
Okay.
And my dad's like, "Avi TV like pani rikini chuma dani rikra." I was like, "Okay, I'm acting bande." I was like, "Okay, cool. Then I guess I'll have to do something actively to kind of put myself out there." And so that dream kind of like sprouted from that.
At such a young age.
At such a young age, I was so young. Both of them happened at 9 years old and stuff. So so when I started in school, year 7, I kind of realized like academically I wasn't too strong at all the other subjects except 3, which was acting, media, and then computer science, IT basically. Yeah. Other subjects I knew I had to kind of put extra kind of work and effort in, which I did. Yeah. And I got like decent grades in the end as well. But when it came to A level, I had to narrow down to what I wanted to do, right? Yeah. And I wasn't someone that was going to pick up maths, GCSE. I just didn't care about other people's opinions and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to do what I want to do. And my parents were a bit iffy about it at the time. So I went and chose drama, film studies, and then computer science. The first 3 that I actually engaged with from the very start as well. Yeah. And I think all my teachers from like year 7 to 11 who supported me, I think they're the reason why I also picked it as well. Yeah. They were so like supportive and they pushed me through that path. But then when it came to picking something for university, that's when like kind of things got a bit like, okay, what do I do in my life? Do I go to drama school? Do I go to film school? Do I go to computer science? And I ended up choosing a computer science route. Yeah. Because I feel like, at the time, I felt like it was good to have like a backup option. And it always is. But I think as a 23-year-old now, if I was to go back, I would definitely take a different path, which I'll probably jump onto it later on. But yeah, whilst I was in uni, first year of uni, I realized like computer science was not what I want to do for the rest of my life. But I'm also someone, if I start something, I have to prove my ego right. Like, I'm like, nah, you can't give up. How can you just give up? How can you start something and just not go through with it? Yeah. And I think that's something that I like about myself as well. Like, if I start something, I would just go through with it. I just have to prove my ego wrong. Like, and then during first year of uni, I was like, okay, cool. You're not actively doing anything in film. I was going to part-time drama school then, but with the film side of stuff, I wasn't actually doing anything. So Sundays were drama school, and then Saturdays were Tesco. I was making pizzas in Tesco.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I saved up all that money, and then also had a bit of like student finance, and then I bought my first camera at the end of first year.
Okay.
And the goal for me actually buying a camera was not to do like videography type of work or anything. It was to actually just film my own acting stuff, get my own short films out there and stuff. And then a couple friends from uni, they actually asked me, "Oh, could you like film my graduation video?" I was like, "Oh, okay, cool," because they saw my brother's one and my brother's friend's one that I filmed. They were like, "Oh, can you do my one?" And then word of mouth just like went through, and then like videography became like an avenue that I kind of went down.
Yeah.
And that's when I first actually worked with you.
Yes.
A friend from uni called Kumsi, she actually sent your story, which you actually wanted to look for videographers, and that's when we started working together as well. And but that was also like a pinnacle thing as well, was like I kind of got drifted into one side of things and kind of abandoned the filmmaking and acting side of things as well.
And so you went down the videography path.
So I went down the videography path, but then I think I'm grateful for when COVID happened. That's when all the stuff that I actually wanted to do, it kind of came about. I was like, okay, why am I getting so like sidetracked? Like there's like a bigger thing that I was working towards, right? And so that's when COVID happened. I was just listening to Enga Pona Rasa on my. It just came up naturally on my. It just came up naturally on my Spotify, and that's literally where iDenti-Tea, the short film that you acted in, that came about. And that was like it's just in the moment, everything just kind of like became like a vision. Started writing it out. This was like 3-4. I could even go back to the original Word document file. It literally says saved at 2:45 a.m. in the morning, and so that's how that came about. And actually, I missed like a whole big part out.
Yeah, go for it. Tell me.
Sorry, I missed like a whole big part out. So whilst I was also in first year of uni, after drama school finished, I would literally just message random directors about opportunities and stuff.
Okay.
Just literally just random. I'd literally just go on Instagram and just search up film director, and literally just randomly just message them like, "Listen, I'm an actor. I need some opportunities. If you've got anything under you." One director called Seb Cox, he actually got back to me. And he was like, "Oh, funny enough, I'm actually casting for my next feature film."
Okay.
And so I went and auditioned for that, and like out of 50 people, I got chosen somehow. And so that happened. That premiered in Leicester Square in like 2021. And I also acted in a short film in 2021 as well. So I had that material under me, and now to the present, I'm just looking for more opportunities with film, and also working on some short films and stuff that I'm writing right now as well. So
amazing. And I'm really happy to have seen a small part of that journey along the way.
I think you were kind of there from like the videographer Jathis to kind of transition into director, but then also the acting side as well.
Exactly. I remember when we were working on iDenti-Tea, which was a very eye-opening experience for me. I saw, from a videographer Jathis, I saw the director. And at the time you were talking about, I'm making a shift towards acting more. Where did that shift happen for you? Or were there any reasons as to why you wanted to shift more towards acting rather than directing?
I think from when I said that till now, I feel like the resources and accessibility to be a director is a lot more than for an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot that you need to do as an actor. Like you need to go to a lot of workshops. You need to have the like finances to go to these workshops. You can literally pick up a camera and just shoot something, and you become a director. And it is that simple. Like it doesn't matter if the work is good or not. But I just wanted to like get back into training, get back into the actor that I was when I was in school, because when you're in school, you don't need to worry about finances. Like food's there for you. You don't need to go to work. You're just literally, you're coming in, you're acting in the morning. You've got your other 2 lessons in A-level. And then every Monday we'd have to stay behind 3 hours after school and then act as well. So I just wanted to get back to that performer basically. Like I think directing and videography was just so accessible for me. I just like I said, I always want to challenge myself. I never want to just pick an easy route. I always want to challenge myself, do something unique. Even if you ask people back in school, like they'd say I was a better actor than I was on the camera or like editing and stuff. So I just wanted to be true to myself, get back into what I originally set out to become, which is an actor.
Sure.
So
and how, because you've played a range of characters so far, and this is just the beginning of your journey.
Of course, yeah.
As someone who enjoys performing, but from a dance kind of angle, I'm really intrigued about what kind of preparation you do as an actor to get into the different characters that you're playing or you've played.
Yeah.
What does it take to present that character in that way?
I think it's changed over, like, since about 2019 when I did my first feature film to now when I've actually put like a bit more active training into my, like I read a lot of books, go to a lot more workshops and stuff. I think the way that I used to do it back then is kind of just read off the script and try and find the character. But now I start from the character to understand the script. So yeah, I think it just takes a lot of like reading books, Stella Adler, The Art of Acting. There's a lot of Meisner books as well. So I think just reading books, see how like these classic people, like I'm talking about these actors in like 1928, like World War II times, where they were still acting whilst everything was going on. I think just reading how they did it and just really being truthful to really understanding the character. Like, you need to forget that who you are. Like, you need to forget who you are. I even went to a dance workship one time and they said the same. They were like, just forget who you are. Just be truthful to the movements and just like play a character.
Definitely.
And just forget who you are. Like,
is that easy though, to forget who you are completely and immerse yourself into that character?
I think it is.
Okay.
Like, I think when depends on like, so my first feature film, I was on set for about 3 to 4 weeks. But you're there every single day reading the script. You're playing this character. You're reading the script every single day. And even for short films, you're probably at home preparing so much. You're just like reading that script back to back to back to back to back to back. And so when it comes to actually doing the performance, it just does feel so truthful. And like, one thing that I come from a theatre background. One thing that I would tell people if they're going into film, if they're jumping straight into film, is forget the cameras. Forget the cameras. You'll just think about the characters on set. Just interact with the people on set. And I read that recently in a book as well. It's like it talks about it from a theatre perspective, but you can also apply it in film as well. Like, everything that you see on set it has something to do with your character. So just forget the cameras, forget the lights. You're just interacting with the people, like one to one.
I'm so intrigued by the whole characterization and getting into character, because when you were my director, you literally sat me down. I remember me and Carrison sat down during our rehearsal sessions, and you gave us both a brief. This is your character. This is the journey of your character. Although we have an idea of what we're trying to present as a team to the wider audience, based on our history and what our people have gone through back home, there was something specific you wanted me to channel, and there was something specific you wanted Carrison to channel, whether it be the way we walked, the way we moved our body, even the way we danced. Like, you did comment, and we're both, Carrison and I are dancers, and you may not have that much dance experience, but the way we moved, I remember there was one point you told me, you need to change the way you move because this character wouldn't move this way. And I found that fascinating, because that level of attention to detail shows the importance of understanding the character and immersing yourself into that character's life to present it in the most truthful way.
Literally.
Being truthful and honest. And I was also, because you mentioned, you've got theatre experience, and that's obviously shaped your acting career to an extent. With the world that we're living in right now, before it was Dub Smash, now we've got TikTok and Instagram. I think it's become so easy somewhat to call yourself an actor, hashtag actor. I say this with dancers as well, hashtag dancer. It's become so easy to put that title on yourself and present yourself
as that,
as on social media. Have you come across that a lot, and what are your thoughts about that world?
I have come across it as well, and I feel like if you're lost in the world of social media, I can promise you, you will come out of it. If you wanna reach the bigger heights of like talking to big producers, talking to big casting directors, talking to whoever's going to give you that big break, you will have to leave that bubble of social media, and you will do it, because I feel like that's where I'm at right now as well. I'm talking to other people, and it's not from social media. And that's what I would tell like up and coming young people who want to get into acting, who want to get into anything, dancing, directing, whatever. They don't get lost in social media, because it is a bubble at the end of the day. And it's, of course, it's good to just promote your work, push it out there and stuff, but just don't get so lost in it, because majority of the stuff that I've kind of found and like I've learned a lot is off social media. They've been from books, they've been going to workshops, I've become better as a person, as like in my craft, as a director, as a actor, from not being on social media. So don't get too lost in it, is what I would say, because there's a massive world out there. I talked to one director last year about as an actor to jump on his feature film and stuff, and we'd just jump on calls and stuff, and the amount of stuff that I was just learning from him was crazy. 3 weeks ago, I read a script of a director's. He's probably got less than 400 followers. He's probably got less than, but I read that script and I just started crying. I was like, it just hit me so much, like, and yeah, that's what I would say. There's just like a whole world out there, outside of social media. Of course, it's good to promote your work. It's good to put yourself out there, but just don't get so lost in it, is what I would say. Social media can and cannot give you the biggest break in the world. It's don't get too lost in it. Just make sure you have a balance.
Yeah, and you mentioned something, and we were talking about this earlier on as well, about getting the opportunities. Like you mentioned that you got some of your like great opportunities outside of the social media, and I would say the same. People will look at my social media page and say, oh, she's got X number of followers. And many people have asked me, especially the younger generation, have come up to me and asked me, oh, Praveena, like, how does it feel to have X number of followers? I'm like, no different, because most of the opportunities that have come my way, where they've respected the craft, they've respected me as a person, and they've been respectful enough to pay me for the work that I'm going to do, has not come from social media.
It's become from like word of mouth.
It's come through word of mouth, and that's really important, because it is a bubble, and it's sad that it is. I do feel, because we use it so much, I use it a lot more than...
I think it's also instant gratification as well, right? So it's like, you put your work out there, as soon as you get the like, it's like, oh, they like my work. It's like, they could, but like, truthfully, it could be really shit as well, right? They could just be liking it because they've just seen the post.
Exactly.
So I think do that foundation work with yourself, where you're so confident in your own work, whether it's directing, acting, dancing, that like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, I think a lot of people look at views nowadays. A lot of people look at likes. I don't give a shit about views or likes. Does my work touch just one person? Has it made one person cry? Have they resonated it with some way? Cool, that's fine. That is literally the goal. And I think that's what casting directors, that's what directors, that's what producers, that's the type of reaction that they're looking for. They're not looking for Instagram followers, they're not looking for Instagram likes. I think they're just looking for skill at the end of the day. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Just don't get too lost in it, and you don't need validation. You don't need validation to...
If your work is good,
if your work
you don't need the validation.
You don't need the validation.
Say it louder. Because I think
if your work is good, you don't need the validation.
You don't need the validation.
So even for me, I probably post like once every 2 to 3 months, and like, it's not because, one, I'm shit at posting on social media. I'm not consistent. I'm not consistent enough. But I know I'm working on stuff behind the scenes I'm so confident with, that I don't need to just keep putting it out there to tell people, look, this is my work. This is my work. Whatever I release will always be good, and I'm confident with it. And before I do release it, I have probably about 10 friends who will probably put me down, who sit me down and say, this is shit, man. This is bad. This is change this, change that. And you need to have a balance. You need to be confident with your own work to tell them, maybe listen, that's just my certain justification. But then there needs to be a part of you that says, you know what, I respect you being honest with me, and thank you, I'm going to change X, Y, Z around as well. Because I'm so grateful to my friends who have always been there to tell me, look, don't post this, maybe take this out, maybe this can work better, and yeah, maybe seek validation from the people who are going to give you constructive criticism, rather than random people who are just going to like it regardless.
That's true, because I feel the same. I've got a small circle of friends, family, who will look at my work and they'll tell me straight up, this is not your style of work. This is not you. What are you doing? And that's important.
Of course.
If I don't listen to that feedback, and if I hadn't listened to it over the last X number of years, I wouldn't be confident enough to be proud of my work.
Exactly,
Because I needed someone to tell me, you're not good. I needed someone to tell me.
And you always have to, you need someone to keep telling you.
But it also takes a mindset to listen to that feedback.
Exactly.
I feel like we're in this zone right now where many people think, oh, it's free, you know, there's no limits, that you don't have to have feedback, you just do your work. But actually, we need to be in a safe space where we can comfortably say, you need to work on your craft in XYZ way, so that could be better. So as a community, we're producing, we don't need quantity, we just need good quality work.
And I think there is like I think that's what I'm trying to figure out this year. How can I push good quality and good quantity? And I think I love that with your work. There's that, you've got that amazing balance with good quality, good quantity. And I think you just genuinely need to find a balance of that, because just don't post for the sake of posting. Like we've always talked about this. Don't post for the sake of posting. Like generally be like certain that this is going to be sick. Like, just get all the criticism, constructive criticism that you need. And find a balance between quality and quantity, because impressions matter.
We obviously, we've done quite a few projects since we first met a few years ago. I can't believe time's flown by.
5 years now. I think like 5 years would be like an April time.
Exactly. And last time we actually met before seeing each other today was probably at my wedding reception.
Your wedding reception.
How have things been since then? Like, how's
it's been good. I've got signed to an agent, an acting agent, and literally like I think the following Wednesday from your reception, it must have granted me some good luck.
Yay!
I got signed to an agent, and that literally, weirdly enough, that happened at a point where I kind of gave up looking for an agent. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna work on my acting. Like I said, I'm just gonna I think for me is more than social media, more than finding an agent. I just want to be good at what I do. I just want to be good. Like I want to be that actor that was there in year 13 who was doing probably about like 50 hours of acting every single week. That's just my only goal right now. I don't even care if I don't make my big break before 30. Like I think being skilled enough to be able to deserve that break.
I love that.
Being skilled enough to deserve that break is what I'm trying to work towards right now. But yeah, I mean, the universe and God granted me it. Got signed to an agent and stuff. Like it was at such a point where I was like, I gave up looking for an agent. She got in contact. I got 2 meetings in 1 week, like at a time that I wasn't even looking for it as well. So
I'm so proud. It's a long time coming.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. It was a long time. I started 2023 with looking for an agent. Kind of like it kind of got tiring looking for one, and it just like naturally just came when I didn't expect it. So yeah, I'm just grateful.
I'm still trying to process what you just said. I need to be skilled enough to deserve that break. I think I really resonate with that, and I find it it's really powerful. It's a very powerful statement, especially in this day and age.
Of course.
We need to work on improving our skill set.
Of course.
Rather than just plastering whatever and anything and everything.
I can literally tell you, like, I'm trying to do like more self-filmed, solo filmmaking stuff.
I was going to ask you about that.
And I've literally stood in front of the camera, pressed record, looked at it, I was like, bad. This is going in the bin. Because I know I can do better than that. I've been in drama performances where people have literally just like, there's like about 100 people just clapping and like they've come up to me and said like, this is amazing, this is amazing. So I'm just trying to get back to that skill set of, and I think that is, like I said, like once I get back to that skill set, then I'm going to be deserving of. And I think people don't understand that. People keep asking, why haven't I got my big break? Why haven't I? You're not ready for it. There's something that you need to change about yourself to be ready for that big break. And like, there's some sort of work that you need to put in.
Yeah.
And I think for me recently as well, I haven't just been putting discipline into my acting, but I think just my lifestyle in general.
Yeah.
Diet, waking up to go gym in the morning. I think
fitness plays a huge part of your life now.
Fitness plays a huge, like I'm up at like 5:30 up in the gym by 6 literally. And I don't do that because I enjoy it. I flipping hate it. But I think I need to do that just so that the rest of my day goes well. If you eat junk food, the rest of your day goes shit. You're gonna have one more chocolate, you're gonna have one more this, one more that, and like you might go out, your friends might text you, let's go for a drink. Yeah, you're gonna do that. But if you start your days off properly and you have some sort of discipline in set, the rest of your day just goes really well. And
I'm taking this in. I feel like I need personal notes of this as well.
Literally, like it plays a massive part. Like
very true.
Yeah, you just need to be disciplined in all other areas of life for you to actually be deserving of your big break and stuff. Like just your art only is not going to get you to where you need. Like it needs discipline in all other areas of your life as well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about something that you advised me about. So I remember it was during our pre-shoot that you filmed for me and Harry. I think it was at the pre-shoot.
No, it was for.
It was about how to film videos. It was definitely at the pre-shoot.
It was at the thingy one. The one that we filmed in the park. In the green sari.
Was it the green sari?
Yeah. We filmed it. It was the Ponniyin Selvan one.
Was it Ponniyin Selvan?
Yeah, it was Ponniyin Selvan one because you asked if I could rotate my camera to a vertical stance.
Yes.
I said
yeah. And I remember though, again at the pre-shoot, you did advise me again about it because you asked me.
Oh, it was for when we filmed the Vijay's and
Venom. For Leo and Venom. We were filming it and you said, I'm going to film it landscape.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, but I'm going to put it up as a reel because that's what they wanted as well. And obviously most of my dance content are reels. I'm not putting it on YouTube or anything.
Yeah.
And you gave me a really interesting piece of advice that still stuck to me. And I'm still going back and forth about my purpose in all of this.
Yeah.
After what you said to me a few months ago. And you said, it really depends and you need to think about what your goal is with this.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about this difference because I want it to come out of your mouth, what you said.
Yeah.
Landscape filming and then cropping it for reels versus portrait filming that many of us do for the purpose of just reels and TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, so the reason why I said that is social media is something that's like gone really, really big in like recent times.
Yes.
I could say even like there's this funny thing, it's like really off topic. Yeah. We still don't know the long-term effects of social media.
Yeah.
Because it's only just been around for about popping for about 7 to 8 years.
Yes.
Like content heavy, saturated.
Yeah.
A lot of the producers, a lot of like the cast and directors that you see nowadays, they've been around before. They've been around way before social media was. And what they're used to seeing, is it horizontal? Yeah. They're used to seeing horizontal stuff.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you're sending them clips to watch in vertical. Is like, think about the purpose of why you want to, like, why, because it's just like endless. Social media is unlimited. You can keep posting on social media. But like, if you're going to film for a bigger purpose, if you want to get like these big breaks to dance in big films and big stuff, like film in horizontal, because then when they get shown to people, like when cast and directors, when they watch your videos, they want like a full frame of your face. They want to see all the expressions. Like they don't just want to see just like a small box on a screen. Like, and so that's why I advised you, like.
And is it also, because this is something I was thinking about as well, as a casting director, when you're watching the horizontal videos, it's also seeing how you fit in comparison to the rest of the frame.
Yeah, it's literally it's like they want to see how you look on screen.
Yes.
But when you go to cinemas, you're not watching a vertical video
because it looks different. We look different vertically versus when we're in a horizontal frame.
So I think that's also why I advise you as well, is like never film vertically. Just make sure whoever films your stuff films in the middle box of the rule of thirds, basically. Because when like a big producer, they want to see how you look on screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never been a fan of filming content purely for the sake of social media. So I filmed a small monologue in a field. If you go on my acting page, you'll see this. And my cousin Blikachu, he asked me, do you want to film it vertically or horizontally? We filmed some just for security vertically. But the fact that I filmed it horizontally is one of the reasons why I ended up landing an agent. Okay. So there's a platform called Spotlight. And this is to educate those who are watching, if you want to become actors and stuff. You need to get onto Spotlight if you want to get more opportunities and acting opportunities. I don't know about Tamil industry, but if you want to get it more into the British TVs, British films, theatre, you need to get onto Spotlight, and you want to upload your reel on there. Well, to get on is a bit of a complicated process. Just, I guess, anyone watching, message me on Instagram and I'll guide you. But once you're on there, you don't want to just post social media stuff. You can get social media jobs off there, but like I said, casting directors, agents, they want to see how you look on screen. So posting vertical stuff is just pointless, is what I would say. It's nice for social media, I guess. Yeah. But my videos and the videos that I filmed for you have always been multi-purpose. You can use it for the social media stuff, but then you can also use it to kind of show people like outside of social media. Yeah.
And I mean, now with the technology era, there are so many apps which can literally track you. So if you film it in landscape or edit it, you can do that. It's something that I will take on board, but it did make me question why I am producing content in a sense, because when I started an Instagram page, I'd already been dancing for, a good 20 years of my life, or just under that. And this was just a platform for me to share that with a little more people. That's how it started. I never thought of going into any other avenue. I was quite set with my medical career, and I didn't think that it could take me anywhere. I just wanted to share my work that my friends and family knew about. But then things, as social media changes, the algorithm changes, your work gets more recognition than maybe it should, or you start questioning it a lot more.
Exactly,
And then you have to start questioning, where is this going to take me? What's my final goal? Or what's the purpose of this?
And that's why I always say, like, I feel like I've probably said this 100 times, just don't get lost in social media. It's literally a bubble of people just sharing their work. Amazing. You will get really good opportunities off it, but just don't get lost in it. Like, because your video got like 50 likes doesn't mean you're shit. Doesn't mean people like, there is like a algorithmic thing behind this stuff. So just don't get lost in it. Like, social media doesn't determine if you're good at something or not. It's like, you determine that. You need to 100%. Be confident in your own skill sets.
It goes back to I was speaking to CC7 about this the previous.
I love that episode, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks, CC7. But I was talking about this to him as well, where some of the work that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into. That hasn't got as much reach as some of the trending stuff I've done, which has got millions of views.
Of course,
And that doesn't mean that one's better than the other. Exactly, I still think that the one that got less reach is still my favorite piece of work. That's just the algorithm working.
I mean, look at Iron Kandid.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, Iron Kandid, it was nowhere near any of the algorithm stuff. And like,
exactly.
I didn't feel dumbed down. It got less views or it got less likes. So I genuinely didn't care about it. Even one person messaged me saying that it touched them, or like their mum resonated with this piece. I think that's what creating content is about. And recently, I'm preparing for like a new self-shot monologue.
Okay.
And one of the lines that it says on there is, "It's not about the compliments. It's not about the money. It's about getting lost in loving the art."
Wow.
It's about like lost in loving the art. And that's literally what it is. If it takes you somewhere, it takes you somewhere. Just don't care about the compliments, don't care about the money, don't care about the fame. Just be so just love the craft so much you just get lost in it. And I think that's the point. Since 2023 last year, that's the point that I'm trying to get to, basically. Just loving acting so much I don't care about anything else.
Kaila Agasam was one of those for me as well.
Of course,
Iron Kandid for sure. As soon as that got released, even to date, people still talk about it when they see me. Kaila Agasam's another one. That was filmed just as the lockdown was lifting. And that to this day, I think even a couple of weeks ago, someone came up to me and said, Kaila Agasam is still one of my favorites of yours, and it resonates. And it's because we both, I think the whole team, you, me, Tresha, we didn't care about any of this. We just liked the song. I liked the song. I wanted to dance to it. You had a visual in mind after you saw the choreography. Tresha was doing her work as well, and it just worked. And it definitely is a piece that's close to my heart as well for that reason, because it was the reason behind it was so pure, and it wasn't clouded by all this distraction that we have at the moment.
I think a lot of the stuff that we've worked on have just sprouted from like passion and like it's like originality, uniqueness, and that's what I tell everyone: just don't be afraid to go down a whole different path. Like just don't be afraid to go down a whole different path. Like believe in your vision, even if 10 random people, forget about the 10 constructive criticism people, because they're close to you, they don't want nothing bad to happen to you. If 10 random people tell you that this is rubbish, like don't, just keep going through with it. Like just develop that idea until like it's good enough with you and your circle who are going to give you constructive criticism. Like just develop that idea so much, because like I could have easily pitched iDenti-Tea to like XYZ person. They would have been like, I went through with it, like my vision came to life, and it was just like it got back so much good reception from that as well.
Definitely.
Follow through with your vision.
Thank you. And I wanted to ask about your theatre experience, because I've been reflecting on this recently after having performed Mega Male after like a year and a half, and the buzz and the adrenaline rush that I got performing on stage, and me remembering that I'm the dancer that I am and I've trained to be over the years. And I love that. No amount of videos, no amount of you know, recognition on the socials will replace the real response you get when you're on that stage.
I think with a lot of the art stuff like dancing and acting, people get lost in, I think, Tamil cinema basically.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about Tamil cinema.
I think people get lost in mass scene. You know, like the hype. Like forget that, man. Just forget it. It's like, I think our foundation comes from something way deeper than that.
Yes.
It comes from the foundations of before film was even film was even a thing. Like our foundations were taught from like I said, like Stella Adler, Meisner for me is like play a big role for me. Strasbourg plays a big role for me as well. So my like Stanislavski, like mine comes from way before film was a thing. Like these are like the rooted actors who, those people that I've named, they learned from Greek actors from back in the day. So that's what I'm saying. Don't get lost in like that hype stuff. It's the art that we're doing has come from something way deeper than like mass. And it
is because we're so influenced by Tamil cinema, because we're Tamil, and
I'm
proud of it. I'm a proud Tamil girl, and I watch Tamil movies a lot more than I do English, and I listen to Tamil music a lot more than I do English, and now more I'm going into other language movies and songs and everything.
I need you to create me a list of films to watch in
Malayalam cinema. Honestly, if you're going to watch it,
my cousin said that to me. She said, if you think Tamil cinema is better than Bollywood, like you're gonna say Malayalam cinema is
Malayalam cinema is top tier filmmaking.
I've heard
acting, just the stories, the caliber of the technicians and the actors in Malayalam cinema, mind blowing, and you will find so much inspiration and ideas from watching Malayalam cinema. There are so many movies. And I got inspired through my friends who are Malayalis, and they told me to watch this, and that's how my love for Malayalam cinema started.
I think I need to give Tamil movies a bit of a pause.
Give Tamil movies. There've been really good Tamil movies that have come out. The low key ones have been real standout movies for me than the hype ones in recent years. Cool. But Malayalam cinema has just been top notch. They've been upping their game with every movie. In the last few years. They've always been amazing, but I think now they're getting
in the light.
With you know, with Netflix, Amazon, with more accessibility to watching Malayalam movies, it's getting the appreciation that it deserves. And I do think Tamil cinema's played such a huge role in our dance community and how it's presented on stage, and the songs we select, our style. And this is where I wanted to ask you about your style of acting, because a lot of us as dancers are influenced by Tamil cinema in the style that we adopt. We want to have the swag of Vijay when he comes on. We want that hype when Vijay comes. I don't think that's the correct way to go about it, because we're individuals.
I don't think so.
If you're truly like an artistic person and you believe in your art and your creativity, your style shouldn't be a copy of someone else's, however big they are.
And I said this to my friend Rahul recently as well. It's like Vijay, Surya, Dhanush, they didn't want to be like someone else.
Exactly.
They were just themselves. And I think that's what I want for myself as an actor as well. Like, I just want to be myself. If you like it and the fans like it, they'll push my work out. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I will end up finding my fan base eventually. It's like kind of like Dhanush, he wasn't rated as an actor at the start. You know?
Neither was Vijay. Like, if you watch Vijay's first movie.
Literally. Like, people said that he was ugly. People said that even he couldn't act. Eventually, like, and I think that's what I say, like, it comes back to like being so confident in yourself, in your craft. Like, I think that I'll just preach that for the rest of my life. Just be so confident. Like, you don't need validation from anyone. As long as you're so confident in your own skill, like, you will eventually find the people that like your work, and the fans will push you out there, basically.
And when I get comments from people saying, oh, you know, your dance reminds me of this person from this movie, like loads of people, when they see classical stuff, they like, oh, you remind me of Shobana, the actress. She's, you know, pioneered Bharatanatyam, so to speak, in the Tamil film world. And when people make those comments about either my appearance, oh, you look like this person. Great, I know you're saying it from a really nice place,
of course,
but I need to come out of that where I don't want to be compared to anyone else. Like, I need that style for myself.
Of course,
where they're like, when they see a choreography, when they see a style of dance, this is Praveena.
Exactly.
This is Praveena. She's not imitating anyone. This is her work. And I feel like as an actor, that's more so the case.
I think I've personally found that as an actor. And hence why I've stopped directing for so long, because I'm just now kind of, I never set out to do iDenti-Tea. Like I said, it's just the idea came and I figured out my style. The idea came in my head and I figured out the style of that thing. But I don't want to do political stuff for the rest of my life. Although I do want it to play a pivotal role in my career, and I want to make some changes to the world through film. The type of films that I want to direct is like crime thrillers, gangster related stuff. And like the top genre is like spy thrillers. Is the type of stuff that I want to direct, basically. So trying to find out my style is a big thing. And it's like, that's what I tell people: experiment, but also don't rush trying to find out your style. Like 2023 to like coming into 2024, I've just watched a shit ton of films. To find out what is the type of style that I want to do.
Sure. I want to ask you about a recent tweet that you made, which may have got a bit of
so many people,
negative attention.
So many people messaged me.
I did brief you on this before, but I wanted to ask you about Animal, the movie, the Bollywood movie.
I better get casted in your movie, Sandeep, because I'm backing you here.
So Harry and I watched it, and we didn't like the movie so much. But I saw your tweet because I obviously follow you on Twitter, and I love the stuff that you tweet.
It's completely different.
And then I saw a tweet where you're like, you know, this might be controversial, but I thought Animal was a sick movie. And I was like, I need to speak to him about this. But I knew that you were coming here anyway, so I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to have a chat about it. I can understand why some of the things and reasonings behind why you felt that way, because I did think as a filmmaking product, I think it was great. But what were your thoughts about Animal, the movie?
So even to sit through a 2.5 hour film for me.
That was a long movie though.
Which is my point. Even to sit through a 2.5 hour film for me is tough. But that film for the whole 4 hours was just
really,
for me it was generally just like really watchable. I think they did a lot of things that Tamil cinema are scared to do. And it really reminded me of like Godfather and Scarface put together. it was just really raw. Like I like the different gangster relationships that they kind of like explored in that. I don't know. I just found it really entertaining. Like
I think my
whether
reservation,
it's like an Oscar nominating film, like is it or not? I don't know. I can't like I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really enjoyed that. Like I just out of all the films that I watched that year, like I could sit through Animal, and like even when my brother was watching it, I came back down and sat there and I just watched it. Yeah, it was just it was really good. Yeah. I think I really liked the side of is it
Ranbir Kapoor?
Yeah, Ranbir Kapoor. Yeah, like he just lost it.
Yes.
And like he just lost it, and he just kind of just went down like this like whole thingy, and like I think he played the character really well as well.
Yes.
Like something that I'm doing with acting is when I look at a character, what's so unique about that character? What's something unique that character does? And there was just so much stuff about that Ranbir Kapoor and even like his cousin that he fights at the end. There was a lot. There was a lot about that as well. So on the whole, I just enjoyed the movie. I'm sorry if it offended you. No. I'm sorry if it offends anyone watching as well.
I get it as a film product. I think it was greatly shot. I think the technical team was great. The music was great. Obviously, so much of its music has touched so many cultures and everything. And I think the acting quality of the whole team.
Kapoor smashed that.
I think it's one of his best acting.
100%.
In recent years.
I think that's what made the film a lot enjoyable as well. And made me sit there for 4 hours and watch it because like his acting was just
I think the reservation I had is maybe because I could possibly think about how it could be perceived by a South Asian community where people look up to actors and actresses. Sometimes as an audience, we struggle to separate the actor from the character. And so the moment we see him playing such a character and maybe glorifying these qualities, which we all know he's just playing a character.
Of course.
And we know that. But when we as a South Asian community have that tendency to glorify whatever comes on screen, which is why they always put, smoking is injurious to health, alcohol is injurious to health, because they know that some people can take it personally.
It's kind of like what Vijay said at the audio launch, like just look at films as films and real life as real life. And weirdly enough, like a day before I watched Animal, I read this line in Stella Adler's book on Art of Acting. She said, "This isn't political. You're just playing a character. Like, stop looking so deep into what you're going to say. Like that's why you're failing at acting, because you're not passionate about that opinion the character has." And I think that's why he smashed that role. I think that's why Ranbir Kapoor smashed that role. I'm pretty sure he's a nice person and he doesn't have misogynistic views against women and stuff. Maybe the director, because his past films have been a bit weird.
And some of his interviews have been a bit
it's a bit
controversial.
It's a bit anti. I can't say the same for the director, but for the actor, you like what it says on the script. Just generally, it has to be your opinion whilst you're on set and whilst you're on stage. Like, generally hone it. Like, just don't take it outside of like someone that's playing, I don't know, like a misogynistic person. Don't take that opinion and then like show it to the world. Just make sure as an actor, like, you're doing the character justice. Like, take it in and just express it as that. You have to do the character justice is the end goal.
The take home, definitely. So it is time for us to wrap up. But before we did, I normally like to end with like a final 5. Okay. So it's just, I'm going to throw 5 very random, unrelated words at you. You can say a word, a phrase, whatever comes to your mind. You can say it. Okay. Family.
My life.
Okay. Film.
My first love.
Okay. Food.
Till I die.
Yes. I love that. Music.
Journey.
Success.
Certain.
Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much, Jathis, for being here. I've had such an insightful conversation with you, as we always do. This is literally just like not even touching the surface of
Yeah,
what our conversations talk
Maybe
about.
there might be a part 2 where we have to.
Yeah, I will bring you back for a part 2. So just watch this space, okay?
100%,
but thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me.
And good luck with all your future endeavors. I'm excited to see how your acting career just progresses. Yeah. And don't forget me if you ever need me. I'm here.
When I become a director and I need a choreographer, you're getting hit.
I got a job. But honestly, thank you so much, and best wishes with everything.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of iDenti-Tea with Praveena. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share Pranav Entertainment YouTube channel, and make sure to watch this space for more guests, more insights, and a lot more tea.
You might need to check the audio, guys, because
we're gonna get a bit too excited. No, you know what the hardest part's gonna be? My intro and outro. I don't know how I'm gonna. I've got a little intro in mind.
Okay.
I always like.
I guess it changes for.
It changes for every person, but like, yeah, it's let me think. Yeah, I have an idea.
I'm gonna get tissue.
Yeah.